channel. Oh, it's a beautiful Saturday, and we're here relaxing, hanging out, and I figured, why not do a little live stream to catch up with you guys? I'm not sure if there's anybody in the chat, to be honest with you, because I can't see. I can only see from this phone. My laptop apparently doesn't update enough to see the chat on that, so that is what it is. Yeah, I hope you're all having a great day today. Hey, BU Vanlife is in the house. How you doing? How are you doing? How's the weather in Kamloops? Are you still in Kamloops? And how B-O-R-D fish sandwich. Marco, how you doing, Marco? Borealis Nights, how are you doing? How is everybody doing this weekend? It's pretty warm in Kamloops, eh? Good to hear. Good to hear. It's pretty warm here, actually. I think today was like 26, 27, something like that. So really nice, really nice. Been enjoying that, I've got to say. Sitting here with the door open, relaxing. Been nice. We haven't really done too much today. Just taking a easy day, pretty much, to just relax. Been going pretty hard all week on all of the vans, and you know, why not relax for a day? Erica, how you doing, Erica? I just picked up my iPad and I was wondering what to watch. Then you showed up. Nice, perfect timing. Vanlife with Brandon, what's up? Shane is in the house. How you doing, Shane? You need a haircut. Yep, it's getting there. Gonna go with the old mullet style again, though. Just need to trim down, that's for sure. Flip Warrior, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How you doing? R&B Roaming is in the house. Ben, no notice. Yeah, I know. I was gonna give notice, and then I was trying to figure out how to do it. Apparently, the laptop won't update enough to let me use Google Chrome or allow me to do a live stream from that. And I couldn't live stream from my phone and see the thing, so I had to go steal Dad's phone because I couldn't take the laptop or the iPad tablet thing away from him. He's enjoying his YouTubes right now, so I have to steal his phone. I would use my iPad, but it's currently the screen's cracked and it's been freaking out on me. Borealis Nights was 28 here, 25 now in Red Deer. Nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's warming up all around, which is pretty cool. How's the weather on the island, R&B Roaming? Me and Ben asked the same thing. Nice. Yeah, I hear it's getting pretty good weather down there. You got notice everyone got a notification from YouTube. Yeah. Hey, sometimes that's super delayed though. I know even for me, I'll get a notice on my own live stream that I did the day after. So R&B Roaming with the 99 cents. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Renee, I was talking about you earlier, or at least your heater. Don't. Do you know? Does yours auto adjust for elevation? It's hot on the island? Nice. Hot and humid, I would imagine. This thing not charging. It's not. There we go. Da-da-da. Yeah, because it seems like the biggest trouble with those diesel heaters is the elevation or the air to fuel ratio. So if your diesel heater has elevation mode, Renee, then your diesel heater is definitely one of the good ones. When are we going to see you finish the inside of your van? One day. Right now, we've got a lot more to deal with than the inside of my van. Since coming back to Calgary, everything is kind of just piling up on me, and I'm just trying to sort through one thing at a time. Unfortunately, currently, one of those things is not my van. We'll get to that eventually, but yeah, it's gonna need some parts. So I'm saving up for parts right now. I'm gonna need, like, ball joints, let's see, ball joint, tie rod ends, control arms, power steering pump, windshield, a list of things. And I recently just blew a brake caliber, so yeah, to the floor, nothing. So we'll get to that eventually. Right now we have other things to deal with. A chain. Lauren P's in the house. How you doing, Lauren P? No, it doesn't. I have to manually change it. Nice. At least you can change it. That's really cool. If you put a smaller gas line just before the pump and after it, I believe it would slow down the gas. It might, but it might actually help burn out the pump also, Shane. Because then you're restricting the amount of flow that it can flow. You'd be better off almost getting a smaller fuel pump. Shorts and t-shirt camping. Nice. Becky Hewitt. Hi from North Chile, New York. Very cool. Very cool. It may be true, Shane, as I think Matt's gas one is a smaller line. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the modern ones definitely come with the smaller line, but I think that's probably because they have the proper pump size to go with it. Deborah, how you doing, Deborah? Still cold here in Wisconsin. Marco, so Junior, so there is no way you could do a long trip this summer. Definitely, probably not. I'd still like to get it to Three Hills for the car show, and also Innisfail for another car show, but I don't think there's going to be any huge trips this summer. This summer is going to consist of fixing all of the vans from the trip this winter, saving up to hopefully get out of here next winter, and if not, preparing for next winter and having to stay here. Um, if we can't go south, we will end up staying here more than likely. So we'll see how that all plays out. You know what I mean? So let's do a smaller pump and line, and I'll buy it when I get out there this month and try it. Ah, there's so many things to do with those diesel heaters, Shane. I am really not excited to do anything with those cheap Chinese ones anymore. I've filmed a number of tests that we've done with them, and you know, if something comes up, it'll be a cool little test. But I've done all of the testings I can and want to do to those things. Realistically, we know what the issue is, and it comes down to the computer. You can hook up whatever pump you want to it. You could hook up whatever fuel line you want to it. You could hook a turbo up to the intake. It really wouldn't matter because it all comes down to the computer. And the computer, if it's limited in options, you're going to be limited for whatever you try and do with it. Bruce, you look tired. Are you sleeping? I never sleep, Lauren P. I usually get about 4 to 5 hours a night. I've been trying to increase that here lately, or at least get somewhat of a regular schedule going. But with everything going on, it's not exactly working out. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much sleep as I can. Last night I actually got a nice bit of sleep. I think today just being a lazy day. Oh, excuse me. I think today just being a lazy day kind of just probably gives that impression for sure. Yeah, it's a lot to do with the computers. I wish there was an upgraded computer maybe you can switch to, but it's not looking like anybody's offering anything like that. Although I am currently in the process of working with one of these higher end diesel heater or parking heater companies, and we will be reviewing two of their higher quality diesel heaters for sure. They're not like a $200 heater. These are, I think, like $1,000 heater or something like that. So it's going to be a really cool test to go from the $200 heaters, which you guys know I've been dealing with for years and absolutely hate these bloody things. But when they work, they work. So that's why we keep messing with them. Um, yeah, so we're going to be reviewing two really cool heaters. One of them we got just for my dad because currently his heater is smoking a lot again. And the plan was for me initially was that if his heater goes down again, I'm just gonna pull the one out of mine and give it to him and just try and keep him going with a heater. If I have to idle my van, whatever, I'd like to see his van warm the most. So with the diesel heater company reaching out, we actually got two. One for him, an extremely reliable, hopefully an extremely reliable one for him, and also for me to do my demonstrations and testing with. So that is going to be really cool, you guys. The control board, yeah, absolutely. 32 of you guys in the house. That's so cool. Thank you all for joining. And how are you? How are you guys all doing this weekend? It's pretty nice here. We're actually sitting at a park, not far from the garage. Any thoughts on staying in Calgary for the winter? I'd prefer not to. Terry, I'll be honest with you, I prefer not to. If anything, I am hoping to head south. If all works out and everything can go as planned this summer, which you guys know in my world never happens. But if by some stretch of a miracle, we can head south this summer, or this winter, that is the 100% goal and always will be, to escape winter. We tried last winter with going to Vancouver Island. That was okay, but it's not warm enough to consider going back for. So if we can't go south, we will probably end up staying here, unfortunately. But hopefully, maybe if we end up having to stay here, maybe get a garage or something where every now and then we can throw a van into and unthaw it. So yeah. Donna's Road Trips is in the house. How you doing, Donna? Clyde, how you doing, Clyde? Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I literally that's my mindset every single day is to prepare for either to get out of winter or to prepare for it. I never want to prepare for it. I would much rather leave. Still hanging in there. Nice. How's the weather where you are, Clyde? 38, 38 people in the chat. Nice. How's your sister doing? So a lot of you guys have actually been asking about my sister, and there's nothing to be said, really. I'm not going to mention anything about her on the channel. She doesn't want to be on camera. She doesn't want to be on the channel at all. And I'm going to give her that just how she wants. So you guys won't be seeing her on the channel at all. You'll see my dad, Petey, and the gang, but you won't see anything on my sister. So just for everybody who's been asking, hopefully that helps. Joey Hopper, Nova Scotia, Canada in the house. Nice. How you doing, Joey? Still raining till Sunday afternoon. Dang. Lisa, how you doing, Lisa? I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Johnny BK, how you doing, buddy? I'm hoping to head down south this winter. Absolutely, Renee. Maybe we can all convoy down there. I don't want to do another winter. I will lose my mind if I do another winter. And I say that every year. And every year I lose my mind a little more. So, you want to help me not lose my mind and help me get out of Canada. Down south for the winter. We've been really been really busy. Nice. Busy's good. Busy's good. How's Vernon doing on the Mustang? I've always been curious. Vernon's in the chat. How you doing, Vernon? Greetings from salutation. Greeting and salutations from Mission, BC. Nice. How you doing, Wayne? Everybody say hi to Vernon and his family day in the chat. Hi, Bruce. Quite the hair you got today. I know, and I even tried to comb it down for the live stream. It's gonna need a comb. It's gonna need a cutting here soon. That's what happens with my hair. It just puffs up and does its own thing. Yeehaw, down south for sure. Hell yeah, that would be the absolute, you know, dream winter is to just escape it all and head south. I'm not even particular on where, as long as it's warmer than Canada. you know. Lisa and Vernon, I just wanted to mention while you guys are in the chat, the diesel heater that you guys gave me like last year or something, still in here, haven't touched it, absolutely rocking. Uh, out of all of the heaters that I've had for the longest time, even doing a video on like what 4 or 5 heaters in a row, this heater haven't had to touch it, absolutely rocking. So you guys must have blessed it or something before you sent it to me because it's just it's working like a dream. Leaving the cold side of Canada, I understand. Going to the US is maybe not the best idea at the moment. As long as we can get across, fine. And I'm willing to do everything legally. I don't mind that. The politics and all that stuff, I don't pay attention to. Doesn't bother me. I'm going for the heat. That's it. Things are chaotic all the time. That doesn't bother me. And if worst comes to worst, then we'll have to even go further and down to Mexico. It doesn't matter to me, really. I just want to escape the winter. I'd absolutely love to spend the winter in the US because of America's muscle cars, and drag strips and all of that cool stuff. That's what pumps me up for going down there. I know a lot of people have their opinions on different countries and stuff like that. I don't follow any of it. So I am a clean slate. I know nothing about what any country has done. Don't plan on learning any of it. All I know is that they do racing. I like racing. I want to go there. And also to escape winter, you know, heck yeah. Like I say, we've tried every which way we can escape winter here in Canada. And so far, not looking so good. Oh, Vangel is in the house. How you doing, oh Vangel? We were actually talking about you the other day. How are you and your van doing? I hope you got everything sorted. Where would you like to be next winter if you could? Um, man, Florida, Texas, um, Arizona. Somewhere dry and hot would be really cool. If not just hot. Somewhere where it's warm enough to race all winter or to at least watch racing. This thing is not working out. Let's switch the Wi-Fi over. There we go. Boom! I got the chat back. Hey Rob, how you doing? Wayne, by the way, I was born in North Sydney in 1950. Nice, that's super cool. Prairie Gypsy's in the house. How you doing, Prairie Gypsy? Yippers, muscle cars. Hell yeah, Clyde. Terry, where would you like? Yeah, I just read that one. But yeah, somewhere warmer. I'm not particular on where. Like I said, I don't really research a lot. All I know is where racing happens. So just anywhere where racing happens really is where I would want to be. It's 95 Fahrenheit, 34 degrees right now in AZ. Awesome. You don't even know how excited that makes me. Most people get worried or hate the heat. I absolutely love the heat. Um, David, how you doing, David? Installed fuel rail Friday, but shop didn't call me back to tell me if it was fixed. If it fixed the idling problem. Crossing my fingers for good news on Monday. Fingers are crossed for you, Ovangel. Hopefully you can get up and moving again. I know you've definitely been down for a while with this, and no one understands that more than me, bro. Hey, breakdowns happen. It's all a part of van life, but when you get moving on the road again, it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good. Rob just popped in as you were talking about racing muscle cars. Heck yeah. It's like been my life's passion. Almost bedtime here in Moncton, New Brunswick. Another half an hour. Yeah, it is quite late on the east. I always forget about that. Vernon, it's wet and cold here. Oh, yeah, we need heat. We need heat. I need to. I mean, wet and cold was basically Vancouver Island's winter too. Um, so I know that for sure. It's also the same thing as Newfoundland and everything else, but hopefully we can head far enough south where we can avoid all of the cold. Even if it's wet but it's warm, I can deal with, but I can't deal with cold. It's a shame they closed 2/4 mile tracks in New Jersey. I know they're closing them down all over the place, and I feel like I'm losing opportunities to even just go visit these tracks. Um, I feel like they're a part of history in a sense. It sucks that they're being taken up here and there. Hopefully, more racetracks pop up in their places. But we'll see how everything goes in the future with all of the everything going on. What's up, brother? Just go to temporary steps in got two temporary steps in my van. Express for Roxy Roo. Got a passport for dad and sleeping in teardrop trailer. Wish I could give you a picture. Nice, Russell. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. Got a passport for dad. Nice. Yeah, I have a passport, but my dad doesn't, unfortunately. Hey, Bruce. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Well, thank you, Nova Scotia, bro. You as well. We're having a pretty relaxing day here, sitting at the park. There was a baseball game. There's currently a soccer game going on right in front of us. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's our day's entertainment. I figured I'd pop in, have a quick chat with you guys, and see how everyone's doing this weekend. I know the videos have been a little bit slow lately, but trust me, it's for a reason. We've got a lot going on right now, and if I were to try and film what happens in a day, y'all would be super confused. Because for me, I'm jumping around to multiple vans, kind of checking on everything and giving a hand here and there. I still haven't touched my van yet, and that's because I'd like to give a hand with everything that's going on before digging into my van. I know what my van needs. Currently, it needs parts. I'm saving up for parts so that when I go to dig into my van, we can do it all at once. We don't have to dig in there 5 times. I know what I need to do. I know I could do everything it needs in like 1.5 days. Rip the whole front end off, put all new front suspension on it, and everything that it needs, and then we can come back into the interior. But for right now, my main goal is to get my van mechanically sound. Um, and with that being said, we will dig into that when I have all of the parts. Yeah, I've been stuck here since 3:20. Thanks everyone. Send me prayers and good vibes. Is there an oval? There is an oval track and dirt track 10 minutes from where I live. See, that's what I'm talking about. We had one here in Calgary, like Race City, a number of years ago, but they demolished it, and now currently there's nothing sitting there. So I guess we all go back to racing on the streets since then. It is what it is. But they get mad at that too. So provide a racetrack, or we're gonna race on the streets. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure 95% of us would rather race in a safe environment, but if we don't have it, we're gonna try and create our own the best we can. Women's soccer. It actually is women's soccer. I think it was women's softball here the other day. Came to West Coast this winter after 10 winters in Edmonton in my step van, but it's so damn wet here. Exactly what I experienced, Terry. Um, yeah, no doubt it's definitely a little warmer than Calgary. I say a little, it's a lot warmer than what Alberta's winters are. But Alberta has dry winters, and in -30 you can still walk outside. In -10 in Vancouver Island, I didn't want to go anywhere. It was so wet and damp and cold, and you're still running your heater even if it's 0 in Vancouver Island. If it's 0 in Alberta, turn the heaters off. It's warm enough with the sun. So, yeah, that's my experience with winters in both places. I grew up racing on Front Street in South Philly till the cops opened the fire hydrants. Hey, that means wet paved drifting in my mind. You know what I mean? There's always a way to get around it. 26 in new glass code today in Nova Scotia. Wow, crazy. 26 in Nova Scotia. Impressive. Canada has a Formula One track in Montreal, but then you got to go to Montreal. So, Alberta has a racetrack too. It's in Edmonton, but then you've got to go to Edmonton. There's having one in every province doesn't exactly help everybody who wants to race. My dad is. I need a ball joint and possibly brake caliber and pads all the way around on my 2013 E350 Econoline XLTV10. Wow. Heck yeah, I feel that, brother. I'm currently just dealing with the front of my van because I have plans for the rear. The front definitely needs maintenance, so that's why I'm mainly concerned about fixing that up. The back I have plans for. We'll get to that eventually. But yeah, I'm feeling the all around crunch as well. Believe me. Brent's van life. How you doing, Brent? Are you whining? I don't think I've heard you whine. I whine a little bit here and there. You know what I mean? I need my daily amount of sun. I'm solar powered, Brent. I don't know what to tell you. 51 watching and only 21 likes. Hit the like button, you guys. Thank you all so much. Even Bruce Springsteen sang about racing, right? That's the only track I know of from here. Know of from the Netherlands. Did he have any racetracks in the Netherlands at all, Marco? I'm definitely curious on that. Yeah, everyone pray for Ovangel to get good news on Monday. You know, she's been dealing with van issues for a long time now, and hopefully Monday's the day. You know, my dad is watching this with us. I want to let you know, Easter run figure eight raising and demolition derby in Washington State. He's asking how is PD the dog? PD is doing great. I'd love to see some figure eight racing, man. Really, I would. Even crash up derby here and there, right? I mean, like, we could do that basically anywhere, but unfortunately, we don't have very many of those things around here. I wish we did. And if we do, they're so small, I don't even know about them. So if anybody knows of any crash up derbies or anything like going on like that, if there's an event list or something, send it to me, please. The sound of my people. Racetrack and drag strip here in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Nice. How's that track? Too much money. For? What for? Glad. Hello, handsome hugs from Southern California. Well, thank you, Kelly. I greatly appreciate that. How's the weather in Southern California today? Exactly. I'm over this. I bet. Today is definitely a good day for meeting that sun quota, Lauren. Yes, of course. The two biggest are Zenford Formula One and nice. That's really cool. There's a lot of Formula One tracks. I guess you guys don't really have much. Do you have many oval tracks or like drag strips or anything like that? Or is it just Formula One based? I would imagine with Formula One in the area, there's probably a lot of motorbikes. Just a guesstimation. I heard it was three. Yeah, it's getting there, Brent. It's getting there. I think it was like 26 or 27 today. So, what's for dinner? I don't know. We had Senor's Pizza today. Um, That's about all I know of right now. I can relate to your attraction to racing. Rebuilding my step van with a classic 350 Chevy 4 barrel, no computers. That's an engine I can get behind. You know what I mean? I love that stuff. My dad's too. 350 small block, carbureted, no computers. I think there's like 4 wires that come through the dash. Beautiful. You know, unlike mine where the transmission shifts electronically. We'll switch that one day. Mark my words. There will not be another automatic going in this van. Too much money for parts. You could say that about anything, really, though. Any hobby is pretty expensive. You know, if your glue and popsicle sticks together, eventually it's going to get pretty pricey once you get into it. Just depends on how far you want to get into things. Now, I've never been one for, like, pro mods or like super street anything. Like, even for Formula One, I have interest in it, but not enough to really follow it. I like drag racing and oval track racing because it's, for the most part, the average guy can build that car. It doesn't require a whole lot of parts. If you build the car properly, it can last a lot of years. There is there any drag strips in Canada? There's probably a few, but they're basically old or old runways for airports and stuff like that. Um, I don't think we have any like designated drag strips. And if we do, they're open for like 2 months of the year. So, or they cost 30 grand to join their membership. Nice and breeze weather today. Might rain later. Oh, I think we're getting rain Sunday actually. So tomorrow they have special weekends with theme like American Asian trip. Nice. That's really cool. No computers in a vehicle is better. Absolutely. Even with this van, the fact that it had real up windows was one of the selling features for me. I don't want any of that power window nonsense. I don't want any sensors or electronics in my van at all. And chances are, anytime I buy a vehicle with a lot of electronics in it, I end up ripping all the electronics out of it anyway because it all fails, regardless. So, yeah, base model for the win. Well, that sucks. Now I know why all Canadians were showing up on Street Outlaws. Heck yeah, man! Like we don't get to see racing often here in Canada. Like, we try and do our thing, but realistically, we're just trying. The weather doesn't work for us. We don't have any tracks around, so there's not really much. I'm sure there's interest in it, but apparently everything we try and do, they shut down, like racetracks or even simple car meet events. We went to a couple of car meet events just since we've been back, and one of them got completely shut down. So, like, security guards blocking off the parking lot because they knew guys used to go there and sit in the parking lot and have a coffee. So yeah, it's definitely a struggle here in Canada, and I know you guys probably feel that in other places as well. But it's kind of ridiculous in my mind because it's just vehicles. And I feel like if we're respectfully sitting in a parking lot showing off our hot rods, um, you know, most for the most part, a lot of people try and take their racing somewhere safe. There are street takeovers and all of those nonsense places, but I think a lot of the car community also frowns upon those things. Like, for the most part, we'd like to keep it respectful and safe, but we got nowhere to do it. So yeah, if we had like an actually dedicated racetrack around here, my van would be in a lot quicker position right now because I'd be pushing for that as well. We have to go to most likely have to go to New York. I'd love to go to New York. Vernon and his family are around there. I know there's a few subscribers also that are all around New York area. Super cool. I'd love to go there one day. Absolutely. It's silly, just people with similar interests hanging out with their cars. I know, right? And we just get shut down by police and everything. You know, it's gonna be pretty funny when they see a van rolling somewhere all lowered down with a loud exhaust and loud speakers and boom, boom, boom. turn everything off and make it really quiet and be like, "Officer, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a van." Yeah. 62 in the house. How are you guys all doing this weekend? This is awesome. Yes, 35 minutes into the live stream. I do actually have you guys on a microphone right here. So I'm hoping you guys probably noticed the audio difference, because I know in the last few live streams the audio has been absolutely horrible and the connection has been horrible. Currently, we're a little ways away from the garage, enough that we could possibly get better connection. I don't know what it is about this area, but this area just tends to have horrible internet connection. And it's not just me, it's everybody else's phones with me in the garage as well, or around the garage for whatever reason. Horrible horrible internet connection. And Austin even has internet in the house, and you go to the driveway, nothing. So I don't know what to say. We're working on it. I'm currently trying to get my Starlink bill topped back up. I'm like 2 bills behind because I needed the funds for driving back from BC. So with everything parts needing Starlink out of date, everything going on, it's been a time since we've been back, But once I get Starlink back up and operational, then we will be able to have much longer live streams, regardless on where we are, because that's the one thing that I absolutely did rock for internet connection was Starlink. So hopefully I can get that back soon, and we can get back to a lot more content, because it's not like I haven't been filming. I've been filming like crazy. Like here, I'll show you guys. Well, I'll explain to you guys. For instance, these are the videos that I have kind of filmed basically already. Just need to put them together. A couple little finishing touches that need to be filmed. But I have a new vlog video basically ready. Set power fridge video ready, or being filmed. These are all being filmed. So a new vlog video being filmed, almost finished. Set power video being filmed, almost finished. IceCo video, VATRER battery video explaining the 70 amp charger that I got from them. My dad's new reverse camera and radio video that'll be coming out as well. And then my dad's renovations to his van, that video will be coming out. Then we have Ben's van maintenance. We have Mr. Blur's van maintenance. Finally, we have my van's maintenance that we will do once I get parts. Like I said, I'll wait until I get all of the parts. And then I'm going to explain the Honda and what we're going to be doing to the Honda in that video. You guys will hear me talk about how you guys possibly might have a chance to get that thing. Um, we are going to be putting it up for sale at some point here soon. I just need to get around to it. But I also want to do a video kind of explaining the things that it might need, or what we could possibly do to it before someone buys it. So yeah, we've got a lot of content on the go. It just comes down to getting it out to you guys. The last video I just dropped, the diesel heater video. That took a day and a half to convert. My laptop's extremely slow. I'm running on still the older MacBook Pro, and I am just totally tapping this thing out. But yeah, we're working with what we got, and we're getting content out to you guys either way. Even if it takes me a little bit of time, just know we're working on it. And if the videos are a little slow to come out, that just means we're doing big things, right? So you need to do big things in order to film it and then put it out to you guys. Putting it out seems for me to be the biggest hurdle. But like I say, once we get Starlink and everything back up and going, maybe we can even do like full day live streams. Who knows? We'll see how it all goes. But you know, we have a lot of projects going on, so I could definitely pick a project and then take you guys along through the entire day with it. So yeah. And I'm gonna hop back into the chat here. That was a lot of talking. Hit the like button. Thank you, Deborah. I'm just delivering post packages. Russell, I have a 65 Nova with a small block and a Pro Charger. Oh, dude, I'd love any kind of Pro Charger, Supercharger. I'd love to find one to put on my van. No one knows. We were thinking turbo, but my heart lays with superchargers. So I'm always gonna be on the hunt for something like that. Super jealous, brother. Hop back into the chat. The meetup on Friday by Lordco, opposite of Auto Mall, looks fun. I see it all the time. I've never stopped in there. I've stopped in there a few times, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna try and get there this summer. The other ones that I used to go to, they all got shut down. I heard there's one in Cross Iron Mills last year. I'm not sure if that's going on this year. That would be really cool. As you guys know, I love anything automotive. So anytime we can get out to a car show, car meet, heck, even last year, I left my van in the city, took a tent out to Three Hills. That's how determined I was to get out there. For me, if it's there and I can get there, I'll go. Doesn't matter how. As much as I would love to take my van and enter it into the car shows one day, everything comes in time. Right now, I need parts. Donald, come down to Texas. I would love to come down to Texas, Donald. Big Bad Wolf. Bruce, can you just visit every racetrack? Dude, you don't even know. Big Bad Wolf, that is an absolute goal of mine, to go down to the US and hit up every single racetrack. Like I say, they're dying off as we speak. So the sooner I can get down there, the more racetracks I can check out. So every time I went to Canada, I saw some really nice street rods. Yeah, there's definitely some nice street rods. No doubt that people have them here. There's no doubt about that. Do they do anything with them? Nah, you know. My dad wants to know, are you still going to get a station wagon? He thinks that I would make an awesome race car. Dude, I'd love to get a station wagon. They are so hard to find nowadays. Like I've even gone as far before I bought this blue van. I went all the way from Calgary to Edmonton just to go look at a station wagon. Turns out the guy was lying about the thing. The chassis was literally rotted in half. The car would have bananaed on the way back from Edmonton to Calgary, so we had to bail on that thing. But I've been looking my entire life, and when the right time comes around where I have the cash and the car comes up, I won't be able to say no. So, but right now, I'm far from that situation. It's just Apple. Mark the Paint Guy, how you doing, Mark the Paint Guy? Almost 10,000. We're getting there. We're getting close, buddy. Only 2 beers in. Nope, nothing here. Circuit of the Americas. We have no winter here. Beautiful. That's a place I would live. Bruce, get those brakes going at least. Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 new brake calibers is what I'm gonna need. One for sure because it's blown, but you know, if one's blown, the other one's probably not far off. Sorry, you guys, I'm falling way behind on the chat here. Slow reader in the house. No shit, 10K today. That would be cool. Michael, hey Bruce, thank you for returning email. Mike from Saskatchewan. Hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I wish the cities were more forgiving, but sometimes the cities aren't what people think they are. When you're living in a city, you don't necessarily have to stay stealth in a sense, but if you stand out enough, you will definitely get bothered. I know that just from firsthand experience. I had a 1977 motorhome, 26 foot, pulling into Morton sometimes, and people would be running out like, "You can't sleep here." It's like, I'm here to get a coffee, and it's 9 p.m. Relax. Lynn. Oh, Lynette. How you doing, Lynette? Oh, BU Vanlife is off. How you have a good night, BU Vanlife. You getting sponsored? No, you got a shop. You getting sponsored? Now you got a shop, dude. I'd love to get sponsored. Currently, it's just product reviews and stuff like that, which is really cool. Still we get to review some really cool products. But no sponsors yet. No paid sponsors. Nothing like that. Believe me, if I had a paid sponsor, we'd have a sweet garage, or at least something we could fit our vans in. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. We lost our racetrack in my town a few years ago. Yeah, that sucks. I like toast. Broken Nomad's in the house. How you doing, Broken Nomad? I like toast too. But I'm one of those weird guys who likes toast with no butter. The ghost returns, right? I ain't going nowhere, Broken Nomad. I'll be here forever. Videos may slow down and they'll pick up, but I'll always be here. I want to rebuild. I want to rebuild front end to AM67 with two dogs. Oh, I am 67 with two dogs. I love classic car shows. Love your channel. I'm from Corner Brook originally. Nice, Corner Brook. Heck yeah. Let's just hop, skip, and a jump from my hometown. Kayla, how you doing, Kayla? Do you guys have car inspections like we do in the States? We do have car inspections. I will say I think Alberta's one of the more lenient ones on needing one. But that's just my experience so far. But yeah, we do have inspections. What dinged? Something dinged. That phone. You guys are holding the phone that dinged and I got a notification on. I'll have to check that later, Kevin. But I'll get right back to you after the live, buddy. Vintage vehicle adventures. I'm building a race car right now for a drag race for drag and drive events. It's not. It's a money pit. It can be definitely, depending on how far you go. It could definitely be a money pit. I plan to do the same thing with my van, and I'm not gonna go lighting the world on fire. I'm just looking to have a really cool street rod that I could be proud of. The van. It's never gonna go 6 million miles an hour, but if it can go 6 million miles in my mind, that looks pretty cool. Or that feels pretty cool to me. Zora! I couldn't be stealth on my van if I tried. And like I say, it's not so much about being stealth sometimes. Like, me too. I sleep with my curtain open, lights on. People walk past, see me sleeping. I don't give a damn. That doesn't bother me at all. It's not, whatever. It is what it is. People see me sleeping in here, they know not to rob my van. That's the way I look at it. But it's when people like pull out an awning and set up all of their camp with the camp cookout setups and everything in the Walmart parking lots, and they just kind of make it their yard. It makes it really hard for others in the city to continue van life. I mean, it makes everything else look bad. Um, so yeah, it's not so much about stealth. Like, people know we're in here. That doesn't bother them. Like, we're feet from houses right now, and we have been for a number of days. We're respectful. We're quiet. No one bothers us. But when you stand out like a sore thumb, sometimes that makes the biggest difference. We even noticed that, like, my dad's van being completely bright blue gets a lot more views or a lot more eyes on it than our vans, just being like cargo vans. Mr. Blur's van almost gets no looks at all because it's just a Ford Transit, and it looks like the other bunch that are on the road as well, which is really cool for stealth in a way. But yeah, we still hang out with our doors open, and you can see that we live in here. Avocado on toast. Ew, avocado. I can't do the avocado. Old Van Lifer. Hello, Bruce. How you doing, Old Van Lifer? Trucker and I. Hi from Gander tonight. How you doing? Kevin Broken Nomad has his 4x4 installed. Hell yeah, brother. That must be the pictures you sent me. I'm excited to check those out, man. I thought that it came from my house. Much confused. Hmm? Much confusion endured. Oh, maybe the sounds. I don't want to be stealth. I have a retired ambulance. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I know a lot of people that I know anyway. As soon as we see an ambulance without the badges on it, we instantly know. Avocado. Oof. And with salt and pepper. Oh, you guys are talking about avocados now. Oof. Food is like politics on this channel. Okay, we don't talk about it. Pizza or burgers and instant coffee, Kevin. Nice. You sent me some fresh pics, dude. I'm gonna. Heck yeah. Everyone has their way of it, and it's wonderful. Avocado on toast. You guys can have all the avocados to yourself. I don't want nothing to do with it. Looks like boogers. I actually went to it like a nice restaurant one time in a fancy hotel, like way before YouTube, when I was working like in Fort Mac and stuff. And I went down to this fancy hotel's restaurant, and I got a cheeseburger. And it came with avocado on it, and I literally gave it back to him. I was like, I don't know what that green booger stuff is, but I don't want to know my burger, and I didn't order it on my burger. I ordered a cheeseburger. Oh, oh. Kind of feeling like a coffee though. I tell you what, we're not that far. Ah, Mr. Blur's gone. I'm with you there, Nova Scotia, bro. Have you tried avocado, Bruce? Yes. I like avocados like Kevin Broken Nomad, like it's instant coffee. Yep. Good old instant coffee. Guacamole is good as well. Oh, Kim, come on. No. How you doing, Rachel? How are you doing this evening? We're doing all right. We're sitting here watching a soccer game. You guys can't really see it. See if I can. Yeah, no, it's not gonna do the thing. So I love my French press coffee. I know a lot of people do. That's great. I was literally given like I don't know 3 or 4 French presses in my life, and I always end up giving them away. Have you seen Retired Fire? Oh, have you seen Corey? No, I have not seen Corey in quite some time. But we do plan to go see him when we go to the Innisfail car meet this year. If we can get out there this year, regardless if we can or we can't get out there this year, we still plan to go check on him and see how he's doing. It's definitely been a while since we caught up with him, and we miss him too. We miss you, Corey. If you're watching this, we miss you, buddy. But the cleanup sucks. Yeah, that's my biggest thing is I'm not doing any cleanup after my coffee. I just want to sit and enjoy my coffee. I ain't trying to. No, no. Nasty, nasty task. Oh my God, Bruce. Yeah, haven't you haven't lived not having avocado at all. I've had it. I've had avocados. I, I don't want any more than what I tasted. It was horrible. Y'all can have the avocados. I'm fine on that. But also, my version of eating healthy is having lettuce on my burger. That's my version of lettuce, or my version of healthy. Nova Scotia, bro, but don't taste like like baby vomit. AeroPress is the bomb and 1 second cleanup. Instant coffee has 0 second cleanups, man. I don't think you're gonna beat that. Ordering my t-shirt. Nice, Rachel. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we officially have Bruce Vanlife t-shirts out right now. We're in the process of making more, but these are the first run, and there's many more ideas to come. If you guys would like, there's also still stickers available. Um, Yeah, you guys have been absolutely loving those, and I greatly appreciate all your support for those who have purchased one. That's amazing. So far, I've been trying to sign every single one that goes out. Just kind of thanking you guys for the support, you know. And today, we actually got to see one of the stickers that we sent off, which was really cool. Uh, I've used instant espresso in baking. Instant espresso, heck yeah, that's the way to do it. That counts. So do veggies on pizza. I don't do veggies on pizza either, unless they're there and I don't know about it. Okay, I'm driving up from Edmonton to make you avocado toast. I will not eat it, Kim. I will not eat it. I can guarantee you I will not eat it. I want some, Kim. Yeah. Brandon will have some, Kim. How you doing, Alan? Hope you're having a great weekend, buddy. Brandon, so yummy. Nope. Take it off. Sell more t-shirts. Oops, oops. Hey, y'all see my nipple in the last video, so that's the most I can do right now. Oh yeah, oh my god, espresso and brownies. Oof, that sounds pretty good. Espresso and brownies. Can't wait, but I would love to. I would have loved a V-neck, but I shall modify it. Very cool. Never thought about doing V-necks actually. Can't remember the last time I seen a V-neck, or I just haven't noticed. The sticker add the sticker added 0 horsepower. I think maybe you added a few horsepower, Kevin, but now you've got bigger tires and a lift and another drive axle. You might not have felt it. You know, I think you might have to get another sticker to, you know, feel the real difference in the performance effects of the stickers. Is all I'm saying. You know, you did a lot of modifications lately. You might not be feeling it. You know, it's just hear me out. You know what I'm saying? All right, I guess I need another Van Channel T-shirt. LMFAO. Well, thank you, Lauren P. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, enough of the avocados. Avocados are just plain wrong. I like that, Michael. Absolutely. Instant coffee is the best. Heat and pour the water. Drink. No wait. Absolutely. Been drinking instant coffee my entire life, and I have no plans to change. I've tried other forms of drinking coffee, but for me, it's just not worth all the effort. Who's looking for nip pictures? You'd be surprised on some of the emails I've gotten. It's pretty wild out here. It's pretty wild. You put your life on social media, and you never know what you can get. But I don't mind it, you know. Whether it was being on YouTube or just living in public in general, being a nomad my entire life, basically, I've always kind of been in the public eye, and that's never really bothered me. Um, yeah, I'm kind of a hard guy to contact anyway. If you see me, that's the best way to contact me. Come up, say hi. Um, yeah. Good coffee is always worth the effort for me. I know a lot of people feel that as well. I know a lot of people do. But you're also talking about a person who doesn't see cooking as interesting at all. Like, zero interest in it. I will eat burgers and pizza for the rest of my life and eat takeout if I can. I have zero interest in cooking. For me, cooking is just a waste of time. I eat for survival, not for pleasure. But that's just me. You know, that's why I at times have trouble relating to people as well, because people talk about food often in daily life. I talk about it zero. You know, for me, it's actually kind of hard to relate to a lot of people in life in general. You know, for me, I'm not the typical person that you would normally see. I zero follow politics, negative politics in my life. No cooking. That found traces of blood in my caffeine system back when I was going through 13 pots per day. Some days I feel like that, Kevin. I feel like one of these days they're gonna open up my kidneys and see some coffee beans. Probably what's gonna happen. 56 of you guys in the house. Thank you all so much for joining. Yeah, it's been a pretty good one. Absolutely. Super tired just from kind of jumping around through all the van builds, but we're making it happen. We're making it happen. Remember, we have like 4 van builds on the go right now, in a shop that neither of us can fit in. Not one of our vans can fit in that shop, and we're building like 4 vans out of it. So it's been a lot since we got back. Hey, Sammy, how you doing, Sammy? My dad is literally parked right next to me. My birthstone is a coffee bean. Nice. Yeah, my dad is parked right next to me here. We're just hanging out at the park. Thinking about going to get a coffee here in a few. Sammy Sunshine is in the house. How you doing, Sammy? Yeah, you guys. Just kind of hanging out this Saturday. Well, I was thinking if we're doing the same thing tomorrow, might pop on and do another live stream, maybe from my dad's van. Same thing, just kind of hang out, ask questions. Feel free to drop any conversations into the chat. Joey Hopper. We have 4 drag strips within 4 hours of each other here in Nova Scotia. But again, when are they open? And what's the shape of them? I know anything in the East Coast is just a road in next to some sticks, most likely, and it's not well maintained. Does your dad miss Stephenville? I don't think he misses Stephenville at all. I don't miss Stephenville at all. Um, I think he misses Newfoundland, a little bit, but as for Stephenville itself, no. Have a good night, Lisa. Thanks for joining the chat and say hi to the family for me. And Vernon, if you're watching, nice to see you here, brother. I have work in the morning. Nice to see you. Nice. Yeah, I think it's not far from. He's still watching. Nice. Hi, Vernon. I'm curious on how the car is going, buddy. You're trying to tell me he doesn't miss Bluebird? Absolutely not. Nova Scotia, bro. That's hilarious. Yeah. Bluebird and Crown Taxi. Wow, that brings me back. Your dad's awesome. I remember him. I remember him a long time. Nice, Nova Scotia, bro. That's so cool that you met my dad at one point. Yeah, a lot of people have probably actually met him and probably not even realized it. He was a cab driver back in Newfoundland for many years, and a lot of my friends, even as we grew up, ended up catching rides home with him in the bar, hanging out, having a blast. It's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, you guys. I think how many minutes are we in now? 64 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the live stream off here, you guys, and we'll catch back all up with you guys tomorrow. I'll try to plan tomorrow's live stream a little more ahead of time. I just have a struggle with trying to set up a live stream for an advanced time because with my world, everything changes all the time. And if I set a live stream up for an hour, someone might have a disturbance call in that hour, or something happened where I need to run off and do something. Sometimes it can be a bit hectic. So planning something in advance is a little tricky. But yeah, like I said, once we get that Starlink back on the go, who knows? We might even do like 8-hour live streams. Um, if we do some kind of 8-hour live stream like that, chances are we'll be working on some sort of project and being productive in a sense as much as we can. We're not just going to be sitting in a van, drinking coffees all day. It would be really cool to do it, and it'd be really cool to do a longer live stream while doing something, so you guys can all see what's going on there. That either sounds like a skateboard on the sidewalk or somebody's got a really wobbly tire. Thank you, Kim. We're super happy to be back in Alberta too. Sad to say, but I met him when I was in the halfway house. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. You know, most of my family and friends all back home are or have been in the halfway house at one point. But that don't mean nothing, man. I hope you're doing really good. The gray skills, good hanging with you, man. Hope you do something fun later for yourselves. Take care. If we do, we'll definitely film it, and you guys will see it in an upcoming video at some point. But yeah, for right now, you guys, I think I'm gonna end the live stream off here. Like I said, keep that notification bell on. Click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and maybe you'll see us back here tomorrow. If not, I'm really gaming for a new video on Monday. So we'll see if we can get that out for you guys, depending on how the internet situation is. But we're gaming for it. So right now, remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.